Lennox ladies and Banquo boys, remember to resize your ring of Brodgar, spare a thought for the Thane of Cawdor, and with eye of newt and skin of flea.
It's time to talk the Tull to me.
Yeah, you got it. Welcome back to the pod. When will we three meet again? It's right now. I'm Owen Thomas Sade.
And I am Nick McGill.
Together we are the Feckless Moes.
And this, my little haggises in kilts, is Talk Tull to me.
A regicidal rampage through the highlands of Progrock, in which Renfushire Nick and Orkney Omen will consort with three weird sisters on the topic of each and every track that was untimely ripped from the womb of rakish rock band Jethro Tull. We will startle our guests by reacting strongly to the ghost of David Goodyear sitting at our dinner table, fret mightily about the happy prodigy of Jack Clark, who will not be king, though his children will be kings, and we will chop down most of a forest in order to hide the approach of John O'Hara. And if we can get our thanes from the drains, fulfill the witch's promise, and finally get this damned spot out of our laundry, we might just get to kiss the ring of the truest Scottish king of all, the Angel of Aberdeen, the Cantor of Clackmannanshire, the Falkirk flautist, our little Shetland pony himself, Ian, is this a flute which I see before me, the handle toward my hand, Anderson.
It's been almost 6.5 years, and just now I've learned that flutes have handles.
They do, so you can carry them.
Yeah. Cold flute handles is the line from...
That's it.
Minstrel? Cold flute hands? No, it's not. It's off of Minstrel. Don't remember which one. Yes, flute handles, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi, Omen.
Hello, everyone. Make sure you grab your flute by the handle. You don't want to get it by the pointy end.
That's right.
And Nick, speaking of pointy ends, we are on the business end of the album Curious Ruminant.
That's right. We're on track number 3, Dunsinane Hill, off of Curious Ruminant. How exciting.
Very, very excited to talk about this. And I don't have anything to discuss pre-taking a listen. Have you?
I just want to put a caveat. It's 90 plus degrees and I have a fan on. Forgive me if I can't get this fan out of the audio, but it's that or I die.
It's yeah. It was a toss up, honestly, but we ultimately went with the fan.
Yeah. I don't have AC, so I got to live with a fan.
Do you not have AC in any of the house?
No, we do not. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Eventually, sometime this year, we're going to get window units. I think for the upstairs offices, but
you could get window eunuchs. They just sit in the window and fan you.
Wave giant palm fronds.
That's right.
I would prefer a window eunuch, honestly.
Hard to come by these days.
Are they?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
they? They discontinued them.
Got to make your own.
The Home Depot make your own eunuch kit.
Yeah. Well, without further ado,
it's just a pair of shears.
That's right. Let's have a listen to
Dunsinane Hill.
Dunsinane Hill. Nick McGill.
Omen to Thomas Sasade.
Does he pronounce it Dunsinane or Dunsinane?
Dunsinane.
He pronounces it Dunsinane.
He ignores the magic E on the end. He does.
I think it might be a Scottish E.
A Scottish E, which is just...
Better seen and not heard. I've always said Dunsinane, and in productions of Shakespeare, I've always heard it pronounced Dunsinane. But Dunsinane sounds cool.
Dunsinane. It doesn't really affect the scansion at all.
Dunsinane.
It's still the same.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it does. I mean, it's
not
the
really.
same. But maybe the flow of things. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Maybe the rhyme.
Yeah.
Maybe the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
It could be that. Dunsinane.
Maybe the rhyme of the Ancient Marinara.
Don't eat that. Don't. It's been in the back of the fridge for way
Don't
too
eat the
long.
sauce. You will be lost.
That's it. Good night, everybody. That was great.
That's the rhyme.
Wonderful podcast.
Yeah. Nick, that was Dunsinane Hill, third track off the album.
Yep.
What are your thoughts and feels about it?
Sometimes when I tell you my honest thoughts and feelings,
I tell you that they're wrong.
you tell me that they're wrong and you poo-poo them.
Yeah.
You
But
poo-poo
this
them.
is a safe space, and you can trust that I won't do that on this track.
All of that was false. This song is boring. I'm sorry.
Okay. Interesting. I respect your opinion on that.
Straight face. Wonderful. Great.
Well, that's fine. I mean, let's break it down and see what's there.
Yes, please.
We do have some time signatures.
At least one.
I quite like this track. I think it's fun, and I think because there's a Shakespeare connection for me, I'm like, ooh, ah.
I know, it just could be so much more. Macbeth is so exciting, like the song itself could be more exciting.
I actually find the play Macbeth quite dull indeed. It's my least favorite Shakespeare
Is it
play.
seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
100%. Yeah. I would rather watch Titus Andronicus.
Oh, I love Titus. We've had this discussion. I love Titus. It's so
I'd
good.
rather watch Timon of Athens.
I don't know that one.
Nobody does.
I think it's Timon, actually. Dunsinane and Timon of Athens.
Oh, now we know.
Yeah, I think the idea and the premise behind Macbeth is really exciting, is really cool.
This is, I think, one of the tracks that we may have heard a snippet of before the release of the album.
Yeah, what did we get for singles? We got Curious Ruminant.
I'm actually referring to when we got a sneak peek.
That's right. Oh, yes, because there was so much accordion. You're probably right.
And I remember thinking like, wow, there's like some really Celtic-y feeling stuff. And so when I listened to this track, I got excited because I was like, there's some Celtic feeling in this song. And there is quite a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that Big Brother James gave us a really cool little sneak peek.
We call him Big Brother because he has cameras installed in our houses and he's always watching us.
He is. And we signed up for that. We signed the contract, so
we wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Hi.
We start out in 3/4.
Okay.
With a little bit of flute and squeeze box action.
More like 3 snore.
All right, I'll give it to you.
Yes, flute and squeeze box, yes.
I'm intrigued by the tune that Ian has come up with because it sounds like a traditional Celtic tune. Dee, 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 dee. But then it changes to a minor key where you wouldn't expect it. Dee, 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 dee. I couldn't actually remember the minor tune, so I just made it sound scary.
That sounds roughly right. It sounds like that first part sounds like...
I'm wrong.
The Ash Grove? Sounds like yes.
Is that a traditional tune?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit like that.
I had the placement of the minor wrong, so it goes D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. That's where the minor comes in.
Yeah, okay.
D D D D D D, and then it goes back to the major. D D D D D D. Approximately.
wide umbrella, that approximation right there.
Yeah. Not to scale. Product may appear different than pictured on box.
And then in about like 20 seconds or so, we get the electric comes in. And
lightly, very lightly.
Second accordion part, I think. Or is it a really reedy flute? There's another high pitch something in there.
We definitely get a second flute.
Oh, it's the flute. It's a flute. Okay, I could not quite tell.
And this may be where Ian is playing, as noted in the actual record, flutes.
Oh, sure, right. Yeah, what do we got here? We've got the exact same personnel as the last two. Ian, David, John, Jack, and James.
Right.
So yeah, Ian's flutes, vocals, acoustic guitar, tenor guitar, mandolin, odds and sods, bits, and bobs.
Right. So I think we're hearing a couple of flutes at the same time, or maybe the same flute doubled up.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love this. I think that it's very pretty what is happening here.
Yes, this part I like. This intro part is really, really nice and lovely.
The double flute action reminds me of Sarah Lawrence college days. Reminds me of Griminelli's Lament. Do you remember that one?
Yes, off of
Ruby's Dance.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure, yeah. One of my favorite solo tracks that Ian has ever produced, and it's that famous flute duet that he originally was going to ask one flautist to do, and then he was going to ask another flautist to do, and then he didn't want to disappoint either of them, so he asked himself to do it, and he accepted.
He accepted graciously.
Very graciously. Yes. Said, well, what's the pay?
He haggled with himself a little bit.
He haggled with himself, absolutely. An agreement was made.
Yeah.
I love this section, and then we get, at about 135... we switch a little bit the type of... we get into the verse before that. We get into him actually singing.
Yes, a little bit, yeah. Very, very slowly. The whole thing is pretty talk-speaky. I mean, talk-singy, speak-singy, sing-speak. One of them. Pick two. Your choice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It has a real... How can I describe this without being disrespectful?
To me?
No, not to you. It has a readiness. I'm going to use the word that you used. It has a readiness to the voice. It's a little bit of a like, ooh, I'm over here. Almost like half a ghost.
I'm on a diet. I'll have half a ghost, please.
Which half is a ghost? The bottom half.
I do like his voice in this.
I do too.
His voice is primo for narration now.
Yes, and it is bridging the gap between singing and narration. Yes. It is narrating. It is sing-nation. He's singulating. At about 135, we switch to 4/4.
Okay, and that's where drums come in too. Very, very lightly to begin with. At 3:15, we get some lovely work by James Duncan. Mm-hmm. He really is bringing us the kind of pseudo-military feeling.
I shall reign resolved, proud, never vanquished until...
That's kind of the bridgy part, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that's even talk singier. That's like he just talks at that moment there. And he
thinks about singing.
He thinks about singing, but he gets this really cool, I think there's like a filter on the voice or something where it's I could not begin to describe it. Yeah. But there's a weird, there's a twist in how his voice sounds and how he delivers it.
Is it around 3:15, you said?
I clocked it right before 3.
See the wooded lower chamber, a cloak of green disguise, I nurse bleak imaginings amidst that quercus wall. Mere matter of delusion, no speaker's firm intrusion. Let guilty solids soon surpass the tears that fall.
And then we get into that where the pace picks up and we get into the next section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it sort of follows, it kind of goes back and forth between some of those elements until the end.
Yes. Yeah, it's a quick 4. It's a quick 4 minutes.
Yeah, we get some quick.
You missed the accordion part. Stopped right before the accordion.
Let's give you blue keys. That's why they call it a blue note in jazz.
Oh.
We get some nice, powerful sounds from Jack. He's not super all over this song. He just is kind of coming in here and there.
He's flavor. He's very accented here, and it's fun when you do hear him. Especially in those later moments, like we just heard right near the end, he's kind of chuggy, which is nice. It's a cool sound for especially for the overall sound of this song in particular.
I overall love the sound of this song. Totally respect that it could be perceived as being not the most exciting, but we have also just come off of Curious Ruminant, which is a bit of a, the title track, and we've just come off of Puppet and Puppet Master, which is pretty upbeat. Mm-hmm. So it feels appropriate in the album to have a little bit more of a contemplative one.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And I love the Celtic flavors that are being brought.
Yes.
I taste peat.
Okay.
I taste whiskey. That's the same flavor.
I taste Pete. I taste George.
I paste Pete.
I paste Pete. Oh, speaking of Pete, I just picked up a thing of Talisker.
Oh, did you really? I was thinking about Talisker.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I haven't cracked into it yet, but I've been no whiskey compares to the smoky peatiness of Talisker.
If it ain't Talisker,
right off.
That's right. If it ain't Talisker, I'll stab you in the kidney. As they say.
That's what they say. And that's Talisker's slogan.
It's motto.
It was painted on the wall at the brewery when we were there.
In blood. In kidney blood. Yeah. So that's really it. Nice, nice, calm, pretty, very, very, very pretty. The predominant flavor I'm getting from this is prettiness.
Yes. Agreed. Omen, this is about Macbeth, right?
This is heavily referencing Shakespeare's most produced show after Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
currently.
I was going to say. Really? Midsummer's not up there?
That's probably up there.
Yeah.
It's his second most produced tragedy of the current era. Mackers, the Scottish play, Mackie B.
Mr. Beth, people will say sometimes. It is considered ill luck to say Macbeth in the theater, except unless you're in the course of performing it. Right.
I don't really know why that is, but the whole play has a bit of a dark shroud around it because of all the murder and haunting that happens in the text.
Yeah, I think one iteration of it had just like really bad luck with shit falling on people and fires and things like that. So, That's
why in the theater, I never say OSHA. I always spell it out.
Never yell fire, never yell Macbeth, never yell OSHA.
Yeah.
In the theater.
For our Brit friends, that's health and safety.
Yes, right.
So Dunsinane Hill, so the plot of Macbeth, really is covered pretty much in the course of this song, but to give you the Reader's Digest version, Macbeth is a loyal general in the army under the king Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
He is convinced by 3 witches that he meets on the moor that he is going to become Thane of Cawdor, which is like a small promotion, a nice promotion,
right?
And then King of Scotland. And he and his buddy Banquo have this experience together. They see the witches, and then they they're like, that was silly, probably just fatigue from all the war that we've been doing. And then they go and they go to his castle, and first thing that happens is Macbeth gets a letter and is like, guess what? You're Thane of Cawdor. Congratulations. And that gets him thinking like, well, if the witches said this and that was true, maybe I'm actually going to be king.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Duncan, the king, is coming to stay at Macbeth's castle. Lady Macbeth, who's the wife of Mr. Macbeth, is like, hey, you told me about those cool witch stuff. I would really love to be Queen of Scotland. You should be ambitious. We should take matters into our own hands and murder Duncan.
Yeah.
And he's like, and she says, if I was a man, I would do it. You wouldn't hear me crying about murdering some king. I'd have my hands bloody up to the elbows. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And he murders the king. And then stuff starts to get dark. But at the end of the story, Macbeth is hemmed in. He retreats to a stronghold castle on the hill of Dunsinane. And he thinks it's all going to be cool. He goes back to the witches at some point looking for reassurance. And they're like, yeah, you're totally fine. No one's going to come for you. No one can ever kill you. You are unkillable.
No man can kill you.
No man of woman born.
That's what it is, yeah.
Can kill you. Macduff, who had his whole family killed by Macbeth because he was going crazy, comes and is like, hey, I'm going to kill you. And Macbeth is like, good frickin' luck. No man of woman born can kill me. And Macduff says, well, that's funny because I was from my mother's womb untimely ripped, aka cesarean section. And then he chops Macbeth's head off.
It's a loophole. They found a loophole.
And so the moral of the story is don't trust witches that you meet on the moor, because they will tell you the truth, but in a way that is going to mess you up.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's one of those morals. Anyway,
quick little etymological thing. Some of our folks will probably know this already, but Mac or Mick, it means son of. So Macbeth is son of Beth. Macduff is son of Duff.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like the O in some languages. O'Reilly.
Auto parts. So Dunsinane Hill, let's look up if it is in fact a real place. It must be.
It is, yeah.
Let's find out where it is. Do you know where it is?
It is a hill of the Sidlaws near the village of Cullis in Perthshire, Scotland.
Yeah, near Dundee, not too far from the River Tay, and not too far from Scone Palace.
Delish.
Sounds wonderful. I like to go there after I've been to Clotted Cream Boulevard.
The big debate is whether you put your jam on Scone Palace first or the Clotted Cream.
That's
the big debate, yeah.
Dunsinane is sort of toward the Highlands, but still close enough to Edinburgh and the more populated areas. So it's sort of like Highland Light.
Yes.
And there was a castle there at some point. So he's already setting us up to say Dunsinane Hill. This is the site of this old stand that didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
We two hard men of arms as brothers roam the commons.
We two hard men of arms as brothers roam the commons.
Well, that is the opening scene. Mm-hmm. So fair and foul a day I have not seen is this. Macbeth and Macduff, war buddies. They're hard men of arms, and they are roaming the commons, i.e. the moors.
Banquo?
Banquo, thank you. Yeah, totally Banquo.
Defo Banquo.
Right. So Macbeth says, so foul and fair a day I have not seen. Banquo says, how far is it? Called to Forres. What are these, so withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth? The witches. Encounter pushy spin doctors 1, 2, 3.
Encounter pushy spin doctors 1, 2, and 3.
It's interesting that he depicts the witches or casts the witches as spin doctors.
Yeah, what's a spin doctor, Omen?
Well, it has a couple of meanings. Mm-hmm. A spin doctor is what we call a DJ.
Yes, I don't think that's what he had in mind.
No, but it's a kind of an interesting thing. And the other thing that a spin doctor is somebody who who creates stories out of facts in such a way that they seem to favor one point of view.
Exactly. A spokesperson that gives favorable interpretations to like media events, things like that. Usually political.
Right.
Yeah.
The president didn't, quote unquote, shit his pants. He was so overcome with joy.
He had a gastric event.
He had a gastric event, which just shows how healthy he is, really. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that, his bowels are moving at that age, that's impressive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be a spin doctor's job.
That's a hard job to spin that, but yes.
Yeah. But I think the point is they always have an intent
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
to make
Yeah.
you believe something.
Right. Right. So what was the intent? What was the ultimate goal of the witches? The witches were not being altruistic here, according to Ian. They had something in mind.
Certainly not. And in Macbeth, really, if you try to seek for meaning in what they're doing, their main goal is to ruin Macbeth, is to make him do the worst things possible and cause him suffering.
Yeah.
And they do it.
All while having plausible deniability.
All while being like, we're just witches. You shouldn't have listened to us.
We didn't tell them to do anything.
We didn't tell them to do anything. Yeah, and they don't.
Yeah.
They just say, this person is going to have this happen.
They get the ball rolling.
Yeah. Whispering dark prophecies with their cackling and their moaning.
Whispering dark prophecies with their cackling and their moaning.
Pretty much directly from the play.
That's witches.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth that shalt be king hereafter. Is what they say.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I am seduced by wicked promises of the Walpole house to me.
I am seduced by wicked promises of the Walpole house to me.
Velvet Mondegreen.
Okay.
Is it a bear? Is he shaking his hair? Is it Velvet Mondegreen?
I heard Waffle House.
I am often seduced by wicked promises of Waffle House.
I mean, I knew it could not be Waffle House, but that's what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm. So the actual Walpole house is it's a building in Chiswick.
Yeah, I had a real hard time figuring out what this was in reference to.
It has been home to Barbara, the Duchess of Cleveland, the mistress of King Charles II, William Makepeace Thackeray. My guess was that it was it just looks like a normal house. My thought was that it must have been the seat of some government, and that's the tie-in to that was temporarily the government seat of Scotland, but it doesn't seem to be that.
Yeah, I could not find a satisfying connection. So maybe it's just a seat, a reference to a seat of power or a seat of status.
Yeah, then it could just be the nicer house.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's the point. Maybe he's saying it is not necessary to offer someone a kingship in order to tempt them. It might be sufficient just to offer them a slightly nicer house than what they already have.
Yeah, the thaneship.
Right.
Yeah.
Here I rule from high on Dunsinane Hill.
Here rule I from high on Dunsinane Hill.
So it's interesting that he's at this point in the story, if we're tracking along with the play, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't been given anything. He hasn't achieved any kind of status besides what he already has. And already he's saying, I'm ruling from high Dunsinane Hill. Like, I'm there. I'm doing it. He's leapt ahead.
Right, because you trust witches that you meet in the woods.
I always do.
If they tell you something, then it's going to happen.
Well, and this is what's so clever about what the witches did, is that they told him these things, and he was like, well, that's can't possibly be true. And then one of them came true. That's how the witches get you. The first true prophecy is free.
Oh.
The second one you have to do murders for.
Mm.
But first, I have to blame the deed on servile others. They must be cast out into exile and gone without delay.
But first, I have to blame the deed on servile others. They must be cast out into exile and gone without delay.
Well, again, this is exactly what happens in the book, in the play. Macbeth murders Duncan and then takes the daggers of the two sleeping watchmen and covers their daggers with blood. And then is like, oh my God, these guys murdered Duncan. That's crazy. I'm just going to kill him.
I'll just take care of this, guys.
I'll just take care of it. Justice is done. Problem solved. Okay, we can all go back to bed now.
We need a new king. We'll cover that in the morning. Don't
cover that in the morning. Yeah. It's me.
It's me.
God save me, King of Cabinet. Now I look over my shoulder to see my brother warrior damned spot to wash away.
God save me, King of Cabinet. Now I look over my shoulder to see my brother warrior damned spot to wash away.
Again, tracking along quite closely with the story of the play. Not sure what King of Cabinet is.
That sounds just like a king's cabinet is his people, you know?
Right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess for me, it still is hinting at this idea that like the tragedy of Macbeth could be played on such a small scale as to render it kind of amusingly pathetic.
Yeah. Low stakes local
low stakes
politics.
Macbeth. Yeah.
Low stakes Macbeth.
Like you murder somebody to get the slightly nicer office in your terrible office job building.
Right. It's not even the corner office, but it has a little more sunlight.
It has cabinets.
Yes, it has cabinets.
I'm the king of cabinets. I look over my shoulder to see my brother warrior. That, of course, refers to Banquo.
Mm-hmm.
A damned spot to wash away. That's quite interesting because he's saying Banquo, his brother, must be washed away.
Mm-hmm.
And that is part of the whole witches' trickery of Macbeth is because the witches have said Banquo will not be king, but his children will be kings. And that irks Macbeth because he's like, well, shouldn't my children be kings? Like,
right.
What's wrong with my kingship? And he goes back to the witches and they show him this whole line of kings coming from Banquo, even though Banquo isn't going to be king. So Macbeth murders Banquo, his entire family, but accidentally lets Fleance get away.
Yeah.
Macbeth doesn't do the murdering. He hires it out. He's a king now.
He's a contractor.
Kind of yeah, it's contract stuff. And there's a lot of Scottish English politics in the play of Macbeth that shows, like, apparently the historical Macbeth was not that bad a guy. He was sort of a great king. But Shakespeare, being English, was like, we have to make him the worst person possible.
Yeah.
And at the end, there's a whole Anglification of Scotland that happens quite subtly in the text. But
interesting.
I don't know that we'll get that here. Then the other spot to be the damned spot is Lady Macbeth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because she's actually the one who went and covered the daggers with blood.
Ah, okay.
So he steals the daggers from the guards and stabs Duncan, or he does it with his own knife. I'm not sure. Anyway, she's like, the job's not done. Why you still have the dagger? Why are you standing there like an idiot? And she's like, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to finish the job. And she goes and she does the whole thing. She gets blood on her hand in the process, and she spends the rest of the play going insane and trying to wash her hand. And it's a pretty juicy part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good part. It's a good role.
Yeah, they're actually considered one of the more functional couples in Shakespeare because they work so well together.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Such treachery unbecoming tears my heartstrings still strumming, but my options grow diminished, no choice but to betray.
Such treachery unbecoming tears my heartstrings still strumming, but my options grow diminished. No choice but to betray.
It is not a total cold-hearted betrayal. He hems and haws a little bit about having his best friend murdered.
Right. But he gets kind of pushed into it and encouraged and convinced.
He gets the emotional support that everyone deserves in a loving relationship.
To encourage you to murder someone?
You know, it's like it's just if your spouse has a dream,
you support them in that dream.
You support their dream.
Okay,
if their dream is to be king of Scotland, you place the murder weapons on on the guards.
His options grow diminished because the people around him are slowly dwindling.
Yes, and a lot of it, you know, as soon as the thing happens, it is so suspicious that several people just immediately run away, including Macduff.
Yeah.
He flees to England where he gets support. Mm-hmm. Again, the whole English part of the plot. Various other people, and everyone is like, this seems all kinds of suspicious.
Right.
And Banquo also suspects that something isn't quite right about this, especially because he saw the witch's prophecy, and so he knows what's happening.
Yeah, right.
And that is a sense you get in the play of like Macbeth running out of options and having to keep upping the ante and with who he's going to kill, and eventually he kind of runs out of people who are close to him to kill.
Right. It's one of those farcical comedies where you just keep doing the absurd thing,
right,
hoping that it will solve the issue, but it just compounds.
And we see that with paranoid dictators.
Yeah.
Stalin and Lenin, they were always purging people, and I think Hitler purged a bunch of people.
Sure.
We've seen it in the Trump administration. Doesn't typically end in death so far. Putin's critics seem to have a very nasty habit of falling out of upper story windows.
Why do they go near windows? It's strange.
I just brick them up. See the wooded lower chamber, a cloak of green disguise. I nurse bleak imaginings amidst that quercus wall.
See the wooded lower chamber, a cloak of green disguise. I nurse bleak imaginings amidst that quercus wall.
You know, so quercus rang a bell for me. Did you look up what quercus is?
I did. I love this reference.
Well, it is.
It's an oak.
Yeah, it's the Latin name for oak.
Yeah.
All oaks are named some, Quercus alba, Quercus
ilex,
Quercus ilex,
Quercus twercus,
Quercus twercus, the Quercus twercus circus. I'll be performing this weekend. So it's interesting, he's describing the forest as a cloak of green disguise, a wall, a wooded lower chamber. And I guess, regardless of what it looks like now, Dunsinane used to have a big forest. So
that ties in. We didn't cover that he sees a vision where he will fall when the woods. What is it? When the woods approach Dunsinane Hill or something like that.
Shall never vanquished be until great Burnham wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
Yes.
So Burnham is the nearby forest, or was the nearby forest, unsure if it is still there. And in some ways it could be a defense, it's harder to march through a forest. But of course the enemy makes it a camouflage.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that we sort of move into this, the way that he's referencing the forest as if it's a part of the castle or a part of his kingdom in an interesting way.
Yeah. Sorry. That's interesting.
Mere matter of delusion, no speaker's firm intrusion, like guilty solace soon surpass the tears that fall.
Mere matter of delusion, no speaker's firm intrusion, let guilty solace soon surpass the tears that fall.
Toward the end of the play, we do get a sense of Macbeth's growing isolation. And this is where, my big question with this song is like, okay, it's a fun retelling of the story of Macbeth. How does it relate to Ian in this I Me Mine album?
Yeah, that's kind of my big question about this is how does this fit into Ian?
But I think that we know from his work that he values quiet time. He values special Ian time by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen some of the places, we've seen one of the places that he chose to live in the sky, and pretty much you cannot get more remote.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it seems to me that he is comparing himself to Macbeth in this moment of everything's fine as long as I just believe that I'm going to be king forever and I'm going to hide out in this castle that nobody can get to.
Yeah. Yeah. In so many words, hopefully less tragedy to get there. But yeah, Ian can see those comparisons, and we can see those comparisons.
A bloody mandolin was found on the body of
Martin Barr.
Martin Barr. No.
Of Stephen Peacock.
Oh, Stephen Peacock. There we go. Let guilty souls soon surpass the tears that fall. So I won't be sad forever. I will lapse into a comfortable, solitudinous guilt. Nice.
I'll be okay as long as I can just feel guilty about it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not crying anymore because I feel literally nothing.
Oh, that's numb. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, great. I shall reign resolved, proud, never vanquished until great Burnham Wood comes to high Dunsinane Hill,
I shall reign resolved, proud, never vanquished until great Burnham Wood comes to high Dunsinane Hill, to high Dunsinane Hill.
And what a great moment for an actor on stage, this last couple of scenes of Macbeth, because Macbeth is kind of in a manic state where everything that could possibly be going wrong is going wrong. An army is marching, a very large army funded by England is marching against him. His wife has just killed herself. He has no friends left because he's killed them all.
Mm-hmm.
And messengers keep coming in being like, bad stuff's happening. And he's like, don't worry about it. That's fine. Nobody can kill me. I'll never be defeated. And then a servant comes in and says, Your Majesty, the forest is moving. And it's a great acting moment because he gets to be like, what did you just say? Like,
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Macduff's army cuts the branches off the trees and uses them as a little like Wile E. Coyote sneaking behind a bush type situation.
Even though there is no bush there, there's no bush in between. They still see the brush moving.
Burnham Wood looks closer. Nobody has glasses.
Yeah, no one's measured it out. It's a trick of the light. It's fine.
It's foggy in Scotland.
That it is. We saw that firsthand.
Yeah, and then he leaves it. So he knows it'll never be defeated until the impossible happens. Then he leaves us on the cusp of the impossible.
Yeah, there's no tragic ending on this one, or happy ending, I guess, depending on who you're looking at in the play. But there's just an ending of ... It's an elliptical ending.
And yet, knowing the play, we know what happens next, and we know that he's up for a great shoot.
Like, are we supposed to feel for Macbeth, or are we supposed to cheer his death
In the play?
Yeah.
Typically, you're supposed to cheer his death. You're supposed to be like, yeah,
that nut bar.
it's it's supposed to be a cautionary tale.
Okay, yeah.
And so I guess this must be a cautionary song.
I warn people before they listen to it, for sure.
You will enjoy the first song. You will enjoy the second song. You will enjoy the third song. You damn wishes. I'm curious once we are through this whole album to look back on this song and see if we have a better understanding of its function in the album as a whole.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems to be a cautionary tale of, hey, however great and powerful and together and with it and confident I look from the outside, I am one moving forest and a C-section baby away from just crumbling.
I mean, that's a lot of really specific things that need to be required, but still, I'm not that far away.
It could happen.
Anything else to say about Macbeth?
Lots.
So much. I really want to see a comedic version of Macbeth. I think it is ripe for that.
The most comedic version of Macbeth is a very serious production of Macbeth that is just overacted and poorly directed.
Like Calculon and
Yeah.
William Shatner.
Yes.
Yeah.
The historical King Macbeth, or Macbethed Macfindlesh, was king of Scotland from 1040 until 1057. So he ruled, unlike in the play where he's king for like a couple of months.
Yeah, right.
He ruled for 17 years.
This is the nice one.
The historic one.
Yeah.
He ruled over a period of Scottish history called the Kingdom of Alba, and it was later invaded by England. He married a woman called Gruolsh.
It's my favorite beer.
Pretty incredible, yeah. Duncan, okay, so Duncan actually was also historical. Duncan launched an attack into Moray, which is where Macbeth was the Earl, or the Mormarier, and Duncan was killed in action by Macbeth's troops. Macbeth succeeded him with little opposition, and his rule was fairly peaceful until the invasion by Seward, Earl of Northumbria, and
Leave it to Seward. That guy, I tell you, I never trust Seward.
And then his stepson, Lulash, took over the crown for a little bit, but then he was killed by Malcolm III, whose descendants ruled Scotland until the 13th century. So
Wow.
all these little pieces are kind of picked and presented just not correctly.
Yes, right. It is Shakespeare's prerogative to pick and choose to give you the sauciest of versions.
Yes, and to be in tight with the powers that be at the time.
Yes,
It was a little bit of a pump me up for the Tudor dynasty.
Oh yeah, King, was it James? I think he funded the theater company that Shakespeare was a part of. So you play to the reign.
Oh yeah, you're totally correct. I had assumed that it was written during the reign of Elizabeth, but no, it was written for King James the First.
1602, I think, early 1600s.
Right, and the play was written between 03 and 07.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the head of the country who pays your bills, you make sure that country looks good.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you make their historical rival look like a crazy person.
A crazy bumbling fool, yeah.
A murderous.
Awful.
Awful.
Just straight up bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we are.
Love it.
If you want a really great Shakespeare experience, go and watch A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Is that your number one rec? Would be Midsummer?
If you're not familiar with Shakespeare, yeah. I would always start with Midsummer because it's so hard to mess up, although I've seen it done. But then, then if you like that, you can branch out into other stuff.
Yeah. There are several that are approachable.
We won't name them.
No, I would say Tempest. Romeo and Juliet, obviously.
The Tempest is my favorite.
Yeah. Tempest is good. Bring popcorn and tissues for Titus. And
bring a raincoat for Titus.
Pericles, I think, is very good.
I love Pericles, but you have to approach it with fun.
Yes.
Or you're going to ruin it.
Yeah.
I quite like Richard I've never actually seen Richard III performed. I would love to see Richard III.
I think is that the one with the hunchback?
Yes.
That Ian McKellen has one where it's set in World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Richard II. Actually, it's a great story. It's got some very funny parts to it.
I don't know that one.
It's the one where he's just not a great king, and everyone's like, "My lord, what if you fucking gave up the crown?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to. I love being king so much." And they're like, "But you're really bad at it."
Is there a clown in that one? Does he have a clown? I don't remember.
It doesn't really have a clown, no.
Oh,
it has a couple of kind of comic moments with some other people, but they're yeah. Well, anyway, Nick, what are we talking about next week? Spoiler alert, it's not Shakespeare.
Not Shakespeare. We are coming back to the present. We're going to talk architecture with the Tipu House.
Ah, I love a Tipu house.
Not quite architecture, but who doesn't love a Tipu house?
Who doesn't love an architect?
I don't think I do.
You don't?
I don't think I do, and I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Until next week, I am just one of your bleak imaginings. I'm Omen Thomas Sade.
I am roaming the commons. I am Nick McGill.
Together, we are whispering dark prophecies into your ear, the Feckless Momes.
And this is Cackling and Moaning. This is Talk Tull to Me. You really got me on that one.
It's cackling and moaning.
No, I got it. I understood why.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Well met, sister, under ill moonlight.
No, I'm sorry I'm late. That bastard Macbeth ran over my cat.
Oh, Macbeth, he killed one of my sausage makers recently, and I despise him more than I've ever despised anything.
You can't afford to lose any more sausage makers.
You're telling me? You think those things grow on trees? I've tried! We must destroy Macbeth.
Really, he's just a careless oaf at this point.
He has to suffer for his pain. Let me see what we could do. We could do. Eye of Newt. Toe of
Kill one of
frog.
his sausage makers.
I like it. I
feel like we need to give him something worse, though.
We have to do something worse. Him. What if we gave him irritable bowel syndrome?
Ooh, you
don't love it. You don't love it.
It doesn't spark joy. I have to say.
Yeah, you're right. It's old. I feel like it's very 1064.
He could live with IBS just fine.
Live with IBS. We need to do something really, really cruel. Oh,
do you have something?
I think I have something.
What is it?
What if we don't turn him into a frog, but we enchant his mirrors so he thinks he's a frog?
Ooh.
And then he'll be like, "Guys, am I a frog?" And everyone will be like, "No, what are you talking about?" It'd be awkward for him.
All right. That seems like a pretty low level prank. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not inspired. I don't know.
I know.
It's hard to come up with a good curse these days.
But let's lift him up really high so we can make him fall really far down.
I see where you're going.
High status to low status.
I love it. Okay, we'll tell him that he won. That he won a vacation home.
Okay.
And then we'll reveal to him once he's really excited about it that actually he has to share it with 6 other people.
Oh, it's a timeshare?
It's a timeshare.
Well, that does seem like the worst type of hell that I can think of, really.
But I bet we could do better.
What do you think? What would he like? What would he really like?
I know he'd love to be king of Scotland.
Okay, let's work with that.
Yeah. Okay, we tell him he's king of Scotland, but no, he would know.
Right.
We tell him that he's got a royal promotion.
Yes.
And that he will be king of Scotland. And then we make it happen that the first thing happens, and then he has to betray everyone that he loves, including his king and his best friend, and murder and have blood all over his soul to become king of Scotland, and then he doesn't even enjoy it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I bet we could do one better though. I mean, that's like everybody, all the witches are doing that these days. It's all over the witchy blogs.
It is. It does not feel as original as I once thought. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What have you got?
Oh, come to me, Hecate. Oh, come to me with your eviliciousness. Tell me, the great Satan, what can I do to torture this mortal man? Oh, I'm having an inspiration. We'll tell him that there's a brand new podcast, and he'll fall in love with it, only to realize there are only 6 or 7 episodes left.
Amazing.
And what would we call it?
Oh, talk Tull to me, obviously.
All right, nice Scottish connection. Woohoo! My new broom is here. Whee!